Guy Martin's World War I tank 8 p.m. Channel 4 Lincoln has given the world many gifts. The Fosdike Canal, mathematician George Boole and Lynx FM, but few as groundbreaking as the tanks that first trundled from the town during the First World War. Guy Martin explores the history of the tank, before starting on his most ambitious build yet, constructing a working replica of a First World War tank, from which he'll mark Remembrance Day through Lincoln's streets. Mark Gibbings Hone's Blue Planet 2 8 p.m. BBC One. 20 minutes into tonight's episode of this mesmerizing series, something unexpected happens. A shoal of yellow rubber duckies bobs up, the kind that embarked on a vast ocean crossing after spilling from a shipping container in 1992. It's amusingly surreal, but there's a darker coda towards the end. All that misplaced plastic is killing ocean life, and the sight of a grieving whale mother refusing to let her dead, newborn calf go is utterly heartbreaking. Ali Catterall Howard's End 9 p.m. BBC One. The glossy adaptation of M. Forster's novel continues, and there's trouble at Howard's End after the family discover that Mrs. Wilcox left the house to a pesky outsider. The Schlegel family are under pressure, too, as they find out they're about to become homeless to make way for posh flats. Meanwhile, Margaret Haley Atwell and Henry Matthew McFadden are having a moment, but will it be enough to thaw him out? A very welcome Downton replacement. Hannah Verdier, Britain's cycling superheroes. The Price of Success 9 p.m. BBC Two. We wanted to be the SAS of the Olympic world, says Dave Brailsford, in an unnerving indication of his will to win at all costs. He presided over huge success for British cycling, his meticulous preparation impressive in guiding the likes of Bradley Wiggins to victory. Here, however, he and colleague Shane Sutton answer criticisms about their methods, including a medical exemption for Wiggins to take a banned substance. David Stubbs' I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here 9 p.m. ITV. After weeks of stories that quote a non-existent source, and confidently claim that so-and-so is definitely going into the jungle, this year's actual contestants finally convene. The success of Love Island is bound to have an influence, so expect celebs chosen for the likelihood of bikini-clad romance, or simply old Love Island contestants, alongside the usual soap stars, reality veterans and showbiz randoms. Deck and the Postrehab Ant return as hosts. Jack Seal Babylon Berlin 9 p.m. Sky Atlantic continuing to offer up more memorable images per episode than most shows manage over a series. Babylon Berlin is also starting to feel more substantial as drama. That's because its various plots are beginning to wind together, and it so vividly brings alive the decadent, febrile atmosphere of a city heading for crisis. Tonight's double bill takes in blackmail, Svetlana betraying Kardakov, Lottie flying solo as an investigator and plans for a cover-up. Jonathan Wright, The Last Man on Earth 11 p.m. Davey. Post-apocalyptic, although more often than not this means post-jokes, comedy continues. As promising as the setup has often been, at this point our troupe of survivors seem to be running out of ways to extract humor from their situation. Tonight, Carol tries to take the perfect family photograph, and, later, there are a series of draining farcical excursions to find Melissa and Carol's mum. Surely it can't be long before they find a way back to the plot. John Robinson TV Films Das Boot, the director's cut. Wolfgang Peterson, 1981, 2 p.m. History Channel. Peterson's masterful, 3.5-hour-long account of a wartime boat crew hunting Allied shipping in the North Atlantic, based on a submariner's autobiography, is sweatily authentic and at times almost unbearably tense. The camera roves through the confined spaces of the war machine, but the focus is firmly on the gaunt fighting men themselves, led by the haunted-looking commander, Jürgen Prochnow. Paul Howlett Inception, Christopher Nolan, 2010, 7:10 p.m. ITV2 Facebook Twitter Pinterest Inception. Photograph All-Star Warner Bros. Sports Photo Limited. All-Star Nolan's scintillating, cerebral sci-fi action movie combines the kinetic violence of his Batman films with the head-banging complexity of Memento. Leonardo DiCaprio is Cobb, an industrial spy who breaks into people's minds. He is commissioned by Ken Watanabe's mysterious magnate to carry out an inception, infiltrating many layers of dream within dream, to plant a sabotaging thought in the head of business rival Cillian Murphy. A brilliantly compelling yet playful drama. Paul Howlett, The Wicker Man, Robin Hardy, 1973, 9 p.m. TCM. Staunch Christian policeman Edward Woodward travels to the remote Scottish island of Summerisle to find a missing girl, but uncovers ancient pagan rites and wild women. Britt Ekland, Diane Gelento, and Ingrid Pitt. Anthony Schaffer's intelligent screenplay slowly builds the sinister, erotic tension and, as the deluded Woodward's suspicions grow, the tone changes from mildly comic to horrific. And with the old devil Christopher Lee presiding as local lead, it's hardly surprising the film became a cult classic. Paul Howlett Live Sport Premiership Rugby Union Exeter Chiefs v Harlequins. Top flight action at Sandy Park, 2:30 p.m. BT Sport 1. Premier League football Watford v West Ham United. The league's surprise package host the league's prime underachievers, 3:30 p.m. Sky Sports main event tennis ATP World Tour Finals, the final of the singles event from the O2 in London, 6 p.m. BBC 2.